welcome to this month's womensministry.net video devotional. I'm Jennifer Rothschild, and I'm really glad you're here. I used to have some very unusual neighbors, and that's not me being critical. They really were unusual, and here's why. Every fall, these two ladies would erect a sign in their front yard made of, cardboard, plywood, nothing fancy, and with real thick magic marker, it would read, "Love Potion number 9 for sale." So I never bought any, and neither did my husband Phil. I'm not really sure who their customers were, but they diligently every fall sold Love Potion number 9. Now, there have been times that I wondered, wonder what that stuff does. Does it make somebody love you, or does it help you love someone better? I wasn't sure. But I know this. There are times that I could probably use a giant flask of Love Potion number 9 if it would help me love someone well. You know what I mean? Like the agape, the real, the God-centered kind of love. I mean, we all need that from time to time. So I'm going to give you my own formula for, I'll call it Love Potion number 9, 4 ways to help you love someone. The first one starts with the letter L. Listen. When you love somebody, your goal is to tell them that, right? To tell them that you love them, and the best way to do that is through saying nothing. Now, not literally. It just means that you're quicker to listen than you are to speak. Instead of approaching that relationship, whether it's with a spouse or a child or someone you're trying to minister to or a friend, instead of approaching that relationship as them being your audience that are simply there for them to listen to everything you have to say, your stature should be as the audience and letting them be the speaker. Really listening to them, because what happens is you listen to more than words. You hear their heart. So that's an L, listen. Second way to love someone, O, observe. Become a student of that person that you love. So you see, sometimes we're more in love with or affectionate toward a friend, a person that we know, that we encounter, a spouse, a child. We're more in love with the idea of them rather than actually who they are. You don't love someone well unless you really know them. So become a student of that person that you are seeking to love well. Know them, know their nuances, their strengths, their weaknesses. And then as you know them, you're able to actually love that person. Not just who you think they are or should be, but who they actually are. V, value. Value. To express love to someone means you express value, you show them that they matter. And that's what love really does, isn't it? 1 Corinthians 13 tells us that love bears all things, love believes all things. Love does not seek its own. In other words, it values the beloved more than it values itself. Its goal is to be more centered on valuing the other person than valuing ourselves. Philippians chapter 2 puts it well, I think, because Paul expresses that when he says that we are to do nothing out of selfishness or vain conceit, but in everything regard or value that other person is more important than ourselves. V is value. Last one, E. E is encourage. Now, encourage does not mean correcting all the time, or at all, really. Encourage means literally to grant courage, to give someone courage, to equip them, to buoy them, to bolster them through your words, to help them to be all that they are meant to be. It doesn't mean you chip away and make them exactly how you want them to be. It means you grant them the courage to trust God with all they are so that they can become who He intends them to be. Well, I would love for you all to discuss, if you're watching this with some of your friends, some of the practical ways that you could really implement L, listen, O, observe, V, valuing, and E, encouraging. God bless you. Thanks for joining me at womensministry.net, and come on over to the website because it's always better when you show up.